All right, the first half of this lesson took so long that I'm going to try to do this faster. All right, we're going to start off by trying to find the x-coordinate of the vertex. It's also the axis of symmetry. We can find it by using opposite of b over 2a. Okay, well there's b and there's a, and that's c, by the way. Opposite of b is negative 4, so opposite of b is positive 4. 2a is 2 times negative 2. That's x equals 4 over negative 4. Well, that's x equals 1. And that is the axis of symmetry. Okay, we could go ahead and draw the axis of symmetry, because that'll be a vertical line at, wait. Obviously this is negative 1. I almost had one of those sleepy moments that I have these days until I catch up on my sleep. Clearly that's negative 1, so yeah, flaking out. So let's go ahead and draw that. So I'm cheating by using this tool, but whatever. I got things to do. Okay, so there's your axis of symmetry. Ta-da. So we found the x-coordinate of our vertex when we did our little formula. That's negative 1. Now, if negative 1 is our vertex, then as we go down from here, this will be negative 2, negative 3. As I increase, I'm going to have 0 and 1. So, calculator time. Alright, I'm typing this function in. Okay, it's at negative 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. Okay, so just hit your table button and type it in. I'll just clear this out and start fresh. So I've got negative 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. Okay, I'm going to hit enter 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my table of values. Where do I begin? Negative 3, so I'm going to scroll to negative 3. So starting at negative 3, I've got negative 1, 5, 7. Negative 1, 5, 7. Now let's predict what the other two values will be before we check. What do you think the next value is going to be? 5. The next value should be negative 1. If it's not, we did something wrong. So let's check it out. Let's look for 0, 5 and 1, negative 1. Oh, look at that. 0, 5, 1, negative 1. Believe the symmetry, people. Believe it. So now, negative 3, negative 1. I'm going to graph it. Guys, is this parabola going to open up or down? It's going to open down. You know this because that negative sign right there. All right, leading coefficient is negative. It's going to go down. Anyway, negative 3, negative 1. That's right there. Negative 2, 5. Okay. Negative 1, 7. All right, 0, 5, which again we know just from the symmetry. And 1, negative 1. All right, so just sketch your graph like you do as best you can. All right, please don't let your graph stop right there. Just go straight through that on down, really all the way to the edge of your graph. So that's your sketch. So we've got our axis of symmetry, and I'm just going to write it separately this time, but the vertex is -1, 7. All right, so we have our vertex and our axis of symmetry. That was number 5. Here comes number 6. Okay, let's find the axis of symmetry. X equals opposite of b over 2a. All right, a is 1. Hold on. I said a is 1, b is 2, and c is -5. So opposite of b will be -2. All right, over 2a. Well, a is 1, so this is just going to be -1. Okay, and this is the axis of symmetry. All right, it's also the x value of the vertex. Okay, axis of symmetry is a vertical line at -1 apparently, so I'm going to sketch that real quick. All right, there's our axis of symmetry. Now, the rest of the values. If -1 is in the middle, then going below this, I will have -2 and -3. Above this, I will have 0 and 1. So it's time for the calculator. It's time for the calculator. Okay, yeah. X squared plus 2x minus 5. I believe I said x squared plus 2x minus 5. Okay, and where we're supposed to start? -3. So I'm going to scroll up to -3. At -3, we've got -2, -5, -6. Now, I'm betting, based on the symmetry, the balance that happens, I'm betting this will be -5 and -2. But let's not assume. Let's check it on the calculator. Okay. So 0, -5. Let's see if that's really there. Okay, there's 0, -5, and 1, -2. Okay, so it checks out. Let's graph it up. So -3, -2 would be right there. -2, -5. Okay, and then the vertex, -1, -6. And because of the symmetry, we know the other ones will be like this. All right, let's graph that thing as best we can. And there you go. That's the answer for number 6. Oh wait, I forgot to state the vertex. So clearly we made sure the vertex was right there, but we should actually write it down. So the vertex is -1, -6. All right, let's move on to number 7. All right, let's talk about that A, B, and C, because we need to find the x-coordinate of the vertex, the axis of symmetry, which will be opposite of b over 2a. But one of the terms is missing, so we have to be very careful. Okay, so the missing term is clearly the b value, because this 4 has no variables, so it must be the constant. So we must be looking at -x squared plus 0x plus 4, okay? So b is 0. So when I go opposite of b over 2a, I'm doing 0 over 2 times negative 1. Okay, a is negative 1 because it's negative sign. But anyway, 0 divided by anything is 0. So that means the x value of the vertex is 0. And this is the axis. Okay, I am blanking out. Axis of symmetry. Okay, let's draw it. X equals 0, well, that just means it's right on the y-axis. All right, there's your axis of symmetry for you. All right, now let's get the rest of these points going. 0, less than 0 is negative 1, negative 2. Greater than 0 is 1, 2. So let's put this in the calculator. All right, so we've got negative x squared plus 4. Okay, so negative, wait, let me just clear this out first. Negative x squared plus 4. All right, is that right? Negative x squared plus 4, correct. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are supposed to start our table at x values of negative 2. So I'm just going to scroll up. So there it is. So I've got 0, 3, 4. All right, so I'm betting that the other two values will be 3, 0. Symmetry, symmetry. But let's check it out. If I scroll down, I've got 1, 3, and 2, 0. There's 1, 3, and 2, 0. Okay, so I did not make a mistake. Well, let's graph it up. Negative 2, 0 would be right there. Negative 1, 3 would be right here. Positive 1, 3 and 2, 0. Wait, oh, I left out 0, 4. I left out the vertex. That's no bueno. Okay, so this shows you where your parabola is going to end up, but you should go ahead and graph it for now. All right, we will get more details as they become available. Somebody's calling me. I don't recognize the number. Missouri. I'm going to ignore it. It's probably my health coach from Blue Cross Blue Shield. Nobody got time for that. Let's see. We are done, question mark, with number 7. All right, we got the axis of symmetry. We just need to state the vertex. I'm going to say that over here. The vertex. And this time I'll just put a colon. All right. The vertex is 0, 4. Okay, one more problem. Let's go do number 8. Okay, if I want to find the x-coordinate of my vertex, all right, the axis of symmetry, I will use the little formula that goes x equals the opposite of b over 2a. Okay, this will give me the axis of symmetry and simultaneously the x value of the vertex. Well, looking at this equation, and I know I've got this little 1 here, so a is negative 1, b is negative 4, and c is 3. So if I do the opposite of b over 2a, b is negative 4, the opposite of b will be positive 4. 2a, well, that's 2 times negative 1. So that's going to be 4 over negative 2. So that's going to give us x equals negative 2. And this is our axis of symmetry. All right, it's one of the special things we're supposed to find. Alright, that also means the x-coordinate of our vertex is right there. If we have -2 in the middle, then going less than that should be -3 and -4. Going greater than that should be -1 and 0. Okay, let's use a calculator to find the other values. So let's see, I've got -x squared minus 4x plus 3. So let's hit that table button. So -x squared, maybe I can keep that part, minus 4x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to hit enter 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that brings me here. Now remember, we're starting here with -4. So I'm going to scroll to -4. Okay, there it is. I got 3, 6, 7. Okay, I want to put that 7 in blue because it's a special vertex. And I'm betting if we did everything right, then this should be 6 because of that, and this should be 3 because of that. But let's check the calculator and find out. So let's look for -1, 6, and 0, 3. There's -1, 6, and 0, 3. That kind of tells us that we're doing the right thing. Okay, by the way, we can already say what the vertex is, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. The vertex is -2, 7. Okay, now all we really have to do is draw the axis of symmetry and graph it. So the axis of symmetry is a vertical line at -2. Alright, so our axis of symmetry is a vertical line at -2. So I'm just going to slide this over to -2 where it belongs. Okay, now all we have to do is plot these points. So we've got -4, 3. Alright, so here's -4, 3. Because of symmetry, we expect to have a point there as well. We've got -3, 6. Okay, -3, 6 would be right there. Alright, because of symmetry, we expect another one there. Okay, and then of course the vertex is -2, 7. Okay, so that would just be right there. Alright, let's just check those last two. We've got 1, 6, and 0, 3. So we're good. So all we need to do is sketch the parabola, and we can call it a day. Alright, make sure just to draw your parabola reaching all the way to the edge of your graph. So there's our parabola. And we already said the axis of symmetry and vertex. So that was it, you guys. Alright, a little bit quicker than the last time. Still a bit long, but decent. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you on the next video.